Good evening and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff, where I will reveal the truth about masturbation! Ah! Or how to make these fantastic gloves from very cheap Halloween things. So let's get going, shall we? So, this is the cheap devil hands you can find in a Halloween store, and you see they are very red because I think they are devil related. However, you see they are a little bit cheap in, they don't have an inside of them, but they still do the trick here. So now I'm going to paint them up so they will match my hands in a bit here. But the good thing is that they are red, because if you're gonna do like a layer paint here and it will be translucent in the best way, you actually have to start with red and then work your way up from there to make them look a little bit more extra realistic in a way. So you see here, I'm just taking this sponge here and I am rubbing it with some paint here, and then I have to paint up more paint here. So you see, I am making flesh tone here by mixing white, ochre and red. The reason why I'm not having so much yellow in this, because it's I do have yellow in it, but this is more like on the brown side to make it look like more like a fantasy troll thing going on. So you see, I'm mixing up there like in very slow layers here, and the reason why I have this in a bucket here, because I have some extra brown paint for airbrush purpose here, so it's a little bit watered down, or very watered down. But you see, now I'm just rubbing this thing in here as the first base layer of it, and you see it looks quite terrible, but due to many layers, and it will look good because it's gonna seep through in a fantastic way. So you see, I'm even mixing up a little bit of a darker here, so they will look a little bit better. And you see an instant change to my hands here. Yeah, so I'm using just a cut up sponge here for cleaning your plates. That is like, you can use sponge brushes also, but they usually don't have the extra, but they are better for basically making a bunch of pushes or dots to something. Actually, I ordered a bunch of sponge brushes now, so I will try them. So now this is the shackles, which I've used some EVA foam, just made a circle and made a bigger hole, and this is also like the shackles from the cheap Halloween store Shane, because the actual shackle will it's too big, so I needed to have like a little bit smaller to fit around the wrists. So you see, I'm just having one layer here of brown, because this is also going to be painted up in layers. So I'm doing this while the gloves are drying. So you see, just one very dark brown base layer, and I'm sure that there's someone out there that said that you should paint another color first layer to make it be extra fantastic, and I'm sure you are right, but then I am wrong, and you have to live with it. So you see, now they are drying here, and now this is very interesting, because I do not really have that thing that I am having as a reference here. But if you look at really old rusty things, which we do have around this farm, until I have thrown a lot of it away because it has become one with the ground, it's because they are rusting in this color that are more like beige, and I don't really know what the chemical components that cause this, but you see, I'm trying to imitate that as good as I can here with that. And even if it doesn't look completely realistic, your brain will think it looks more realistic in some way. So you see, now we're gonna have another like highlighting little metal layer here, just to make it shine in an interesting way. So you see, I have this old bucket of silver paint here, which I'm just doing the edges with this paint. I had to try to find some use for it, but even though I paint a lot of it, I had to throw it away because it started to dry up. So yes, you see now I'm brushing this on here, and you see it starts to look a little bit more fantastic in a subtle way. You can't really put your finger on, but that's what many people I have seen. They were doing like a 3-color thing, and it looks quite cheap. It looks so much better. So anyway, so now I'm having a little bit more of brown paint here just to highlight the veins of the hands. So it's basically almost all the ochre color here, and also a little bit of ochre and a little bit of a darker, so shadow the deeper areas and highlighting the higher spots, because it shows up on camera fantastically. So you see now I also have a little bit of highlighting here on the knuckles here, and you see it looks fantastic in almost immediately here. If you do the same technique, but you have more of a red color palette to make it look more like realistic to humans, we are actually quite red in many areas, and you can actually see that more clearly where you are red on the body by taking a black light and just glowing it on your hands, and you will see that you will have very much red things. It just kind of show up as like purple, but that's interesting anyway. So yeah, now I'm taking this hole punch here, and I am pushing in this paper holders here, so they look like they have been bolted on, and then we most likely have to paint them afterwards. But the thing is that I have reused them for so many things that some of them are already painted, like this one. You see, it's a metal painted over there, so it looks like it has been bolted. It's not bolted just to the hands, like the logic of this is quite dumb if you think about it. Why would you put like a rivet in the middle of something that doesn't need a rivet? But then again, it looks somewhat realistic, and it will hold these things together, so to cover up the seam of the hand. So you see, you can make up yourself to match it. So I hope you find this hand repaint thing tutorial be interesting. It will be more this Halloween season. Stay tuned.